In this video, we're going to take a look at alignment commands. Alignment commands are paragraph commands. You can't have part of a paragraph aligned one way and another part of the paragraph aligned another way. It's an all or none deal. So all you have to do is be in a paragraph to apply an alignment command, and since these are paragraph formatting commands, they are all in the paragraph group on the Home tab. These are the 4 alignment commands we're going to take a look at, and each button here has a little picture of what it is. So this one is smooth on the left side and it's ragged on the right side, so that's left alignment. These are all centered, so that's center alignment. This is right alignment, it's smooth on the right side but ragged on the left. And this is justified with smooth margins on both the left and the right. And let's go down here, let's forget the heading, and let's go down into the actual text of the document. And this is left aligned right now, and you can easily see that if you go over to the right side here, we've got a ragged margin on the right side. Notice also that there is a keyboard shortcut for each one of these. L is for left. We'll skip this one for a second. R is for right, and J is for justify. Now let's go back to center alignment, and you might expect that would be a Control-C for the keyboard shortcut, except for the fact that Control-C is already spoken for. Control-C is the copy command, and so we had to pick another letter for that. And the way I remember this is that if something is center aligned, it has equal margins on both the left and the right side, so E is for equal margins. So let's take a look at what happens when we apply these. All I have to do is be in the paragraph, and let's do a center. And now everything is centered between my right margin marker here and my left margin marker over here. So if you look at this line here, I've got about this much space between it and the edge of the line below it. Over here I've got about the same amount of space. This one here, and basically everything is centered pretty much like right below the 3 1/4 inch mark. So we got 6 1/2 inches of text, and 3 1/4 would be the middle point, and we should have equal amounts of text on either side of that line that appeared there. Now, one thing about the center command that's a little bit different. Let's pull in our first line indent marker here, that upside down house, and I'm going to drag it in to about 1/2 inch. And now this line doesn't look like it's centered anymore, but it is centered, but it's centered between this mark right here. So look at how much white space there is between that mark and the word Alice, and this mark right here. So the first line gets centered between the first line indent marker and the right margin. All of the other lines get centered between the other left margin marker and the right margin marker. So if you want them all to appear centered, then what you need to do is take that first line indent and move it back over here to the other marker. So now everything looks pretty well centered. The next one is right align, or Control R, and now I've got a smooth margin over here on the right side. It's a little bit easier to see probably if I turn this off. So now you can see I've got a real smooth margin there on the right side. And then the last one is justify, and now I get a smooth margin on the left and I get a smooth margin on the right. This is the only paragraph that I was in, so this is the only paragraph that was affected. Since it's a paragraph command, you have to select at least part of a paragraph if you want to do multiple paragraphs. So let's go back and get that back to its original state. And now I'm going to select part of the first paragraph, all of the second paragraph, and part of the third paragraph. Because these are formatting commands, they will apply to all 3 paragraphs, even though I don't have all of them selected. So right now they're all left aligned. I'm going to do a center align, and all 3 of those paragraphs are centered, even the part that's not selected. Then I'm going to right align, and all 3 of those are right aligned, and then I'm going to do justify, and all 3 of those paragraphs get justified. Those are basic options for alignment in Word 2019.